Hello, everyone, and happy Friday. Welcome to our CHRO series podcast. Today I'm here with a very special guest, Jeff Lupinacci, who is the Global Head of Talent and Total Rewards at Unifrax. Jeff, thank you so much for being here today.
Hey, thanks, Laura, for having me. It's great honor to be here.
So, Jeff, what would you say are the most important ingredients in becoming a high-potential, high-performing HR leader?
You know, I think HR as a strategic part of the business, there's a few things that stand out. One is HR needs to bring solutions to the business challenges. Too many times I hear how HR is driving solutions that solve HR problems, but if we change our mind and mindset and bring those solutions that solve the biggest issues in the business, that is so important for us to be thinking like that. Learning how to influence. We hear the term need to be at the table, especially when it gets to the C-suite. How to use analytics to weigh pros and cons of choices. If we can learn how to drive return on investment to a language of the C and executives, then we're going to be a whole lot more effective. And keeping it simple. Boy, too many times in my career I've seen how HR will complicate processes because it's what we do to make ourselves feel good. But boy, if we can keep it simple and keep the mind of what do we really need, even if it's not perfect, I think that goes a long way to really being seen as that high potential, high performing HR leader.
And if you were advising a mid-career professional on career development, what advice would you give them in order to become a highly impactful CHRO?
I think one of the important things is to take your turn in as many of the HR disciplines as possible. Get time as a HR business partner and learn how to influence leaders. Get your time in talent to really understand what makes an organization really tick and be able to find the best and brightest people and train them and evolve them and prepare them for growth. Get time in total rewards to really understand the value that you can bring when you have the right package and attract those right people. So that's one thing. If you can, if you're mid-career and you have an opportunity to get some exposure outside of HR, that's always good as well. If your company's large enough, hey, jump on an international assignment. That's something that really benefited my career. You get some different perspectives. You certainly get the diversity of different cultures, and be willing to take risks. Be willing to relocate. Be willing to lead projects, especially if they're outside of HR. So those are some things that I always give career advice to folks who want to step into those more senior roles.
As a CHRO, what is the most important attribute you must possess?
I think there's a couple of things that come to mind. One is you really need to understand the entire business ecosystem. You need to understand what the business does, what the driving value drivers are of the business, how they all fit together, how the business succeeds. The more firm a grasp that the CHRO has on the business, the more impactful and the greater value that you'll be able to have. The other thing that comes out, and you'll hear it from CEOs, is all about talent, right? I think talent in the broad sense gets underplayed. We hear about getting the right people in the right seat in the right job, but talent in the big sense of being able to find the right people, being able to ensure that they're growing and developing, making sure that you have the right number of leaders in the organization to deliver the strategic objectives, making sure that you're really paying attention to the top talent and the emerging top talent, so that there's a healthy succession for the senior leaders and the C-suite. And then being able to have the courage to drive the difficult decisions. HR isn't really for nice people sometimes. Sometimes you have to do the hard things. Sometimes you have to, let people go. Sometimes you have to close a facility. This great CHROs will not default to the safe, politically correct choices. They'll go and make decisions that are right for the business. And ultimately, it's embodying the values of the company and championing the culture. If they can do that, they become the confidant of the CEO and the executive team, you're going to be really, really successful.
Any other advice you'd like to provide to up-and-coming HR professionals?
For individuals who are, either getting into HR or even, growing in their career, learn about the business. HR needs to be part of the business. I know we talk about, we're business partners, but we need to be part of the business. We need to be seen as business leaders. Learn about finance. Boy, that's one of the topics I hear all the time is, I really wish I had some finance for dummies, finance 101. HR doesn't, always get the details of the P&L and, EBITDA and cash flow and those pieces. And those are really, really important when you're talking to the business. That could go a long way. And then network. Make sure that you're talking to other HR professionals in your area. Make sure that you're talking to other business leaders, and make sure that your perspective is as broad as possible. So those are some things that I think would be really helpful for someone up and coming.
Well, Jeff, thank you again so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
Well, thank you. It was great to be here.
And please stay tuned every Friday as we talk with the top HR executives in the industry. Thank you.